1997 Ashes telecast is brought to you by Nissan. Just wait till you drive it. And Diners Club International.
Hello and welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and our coverage of Day 4 of the second Ashes Test match. Well, after a brilliant day on Day 3, the Australians find themselves into a commanding position going into today's play. 2 for 131. Brilliant performance yesterday. They bowled England out for 77, 8 wickets to Glenn McGrath. It was a wonderful day. And Australia at the moment, 2 for 131. The batsman out, Mark Taylor for 1 and Greg Blewett for 45. Blewett continuing his great form he showed in the first Test match at Edgbaston. Not out is Matthew Elliott on 55. He's had a couple of chances, but he's still there all the same. And with him, Mark Waugh on 26, not out, and Mark Waugh gaining in confidence as his innings progresses. Now the English bowling, Darren Gough, a wicket to him, 1 for 45 off 13. He was a little expensive yesterday, Gough, but really was bowling in an attacking mode. And 1 wicket to Robert Croft, 1 for 15 off 10 overs for Croft. And as this Test series progresses, one gets the feeling he is going to play a big role for England. Now, play was supposed to get underway approximately 2.5 hours ago, but as has been the case in the last couple of days at Lord's, rain has played its part, and unfortunately the showers have been present once again today. But just to find out what's happening at the present time, here's Ian Chappell.
Well, sadly, Greg, your timing is spot on, because just as we arrive at Lord's, the rain starts belting down. It's a depressing sight that we've seen far too much of in the last 4 days. A lot of rain overnight, and then early this morning some thunder and lightning and a huge storm at around about 9:30, where the water was really belting down. Then it cleared and started to look quite good. The umpires called for an early lunch at 12:30, and it was looking as though we might get started around about 1:15, but at the moment it's Michael Slater unplugged. That's about the only entertainment available to the players. They actually went across the other side to the nursery and did a bit of work in the nets, but now it's back to the guitar and a few lessons from Eric Clapton. And the ground staff, well, the poor blighters out there, you've got to feel sorry for them. They've worked very hard at getting the excess water off the covers, and then suddenly you get a storm like this and all the good work is undone. For quite a while we just had the covers across the square. They didn't have the big covers on, and the ground staff, it appeared as though they were fairly confident things were going to clear. We've been told that it was going to get better this afternoon, but well, if this is better, I don't want to see any more of it. A lot of water gathering now down in front of the mound stand and in front of the tavern. The ground slopes down that way. It's probably one of the reasons why it is a good draining ground, because of the slope. But the drain's now starting to fill up, and the water collecting, and we are even getting water on the field. Although the storms don't seem to last too long. About 5-7 minutes is about the normal length, and then it does clear pretty quickly after that. But I'm afraid that the situation is depressing here at Lord's, and hopefully when you come back next time, Greg, we'll have some better news for you.
Now, seeing Chappell there at Lord's, and that was a depressing scene. Australia in a good opportunity to force victory in this match. 54 runs in the lead at the present time. Still 2 days of cricket to go, or what's left of today and tomorrow. So still the opportunity of perhaps a victory, but they'll need that rain to clear, and clear pretty quickly. Now, for sports fans, we'll take you back to Lord's as soon as play looks as if it's going to get underway. But for the moment, we're going to return you to normal programming. Welcome back. Well, things looking a little brighter at Lords. The rain has stopped, but the cover's still out in the centre, and still there is no word on when play will get underway. Of course, Australia very, very keen to get out in the middle once again, holding a first innings lead of 54 with 8 wickets in hand. And as soon as we get the word when play will resume at Lords, we'll take you straight back.
Welcome back to Lords. Well, the news is not good. It's stopped raining. The ground staff are working hard to take the surface water off the covers. The umpires have just made an inspection, and the news is they'll inspect again at 3:40 local time. They will take tea and have another inspection at 4 o'clock. So if it doesn't rain, the ground staff have got around about an hour or so to get the covers off, mop up this water, and there's a possibility of a late start here on the 4th day of this vital test match. The ground staff have worked tirelessly to get the water off. There's been some very heavy rain. It hasn't rained for about half an hour, and one can only hope if the rain does stay away that there could be a late start in the final session this afternoon. The Australians will be very keen to get out. In fact, the Australians might even declare at 2 for 131. They're running out of time in this test match to try and force a victory, and Mark Taylor might gamble once again by opting to declare and get the Englishman in again later this afternoon. Elliott not out 55, Mark Waugh not out 26, the not out batsman 2 for 131. But a very disappointing day for the good crowd here. They've been very, very patient. It's been sad. The Australians are out there talking to the ground staff, who must be dog-tired by now. They've worked very, very hard to get this game underway, but every time they get it just about right, the rain has fallen once again. But now it's pretty bright and the crowd's quite high, so we can just hope that at 4 o'clock, when the umpires do make another inspection, that play may get underway.